In Ylands you can find many mystery islands that all have their own unique storylines, combat, puzzles, rare items and ingredients that are used to make special mystery baits. I will go through all of them and put these videos in its own playlist that could help you or others out when needed. And the next mystery island that we are going to visit is called Imaginarium Yland. This mystery has no combat, but you do need to use your brains to solve puzzles, so I noticed one as medium. The Imaginary Island can be found in the tropical region and costs 30 exploration points to unlock. Once you get there, you want to start at the most northern island called Gallery. Alright, before we start off, I just want to tell you that I will also show you where you can find 6 cat food. You can find some extra goodies, a red key for a locker chest and or some extra loot on one of the islands. Now the first thing you see once you arrive that this is definitely a gallery showing a lot of art pieces and a lot of artwork on the wall. Some of you might recognize what that is all about. Now down here we have a sign saying gallery out of order. Exhibit vandalized, sorry for the inconvenience. In this case, we are going to go into the building right down here. And right down here, you can already tell that at the right corner over there, there is 3 out of 6 cat food to be found. Once we turn around and look over to the other side of the room, we can actually see a book laying around. These books are coming very handy because maybe we are going to need this for a later mystery island in one of the other regions. Once you're done appreciating all of the beautiful artwork in here, you can see that there are 2 doors left. One is, well, at the left and one is at the right with a big sign on it. Let's see if we can explore this room. Let's open this door and walk indoors, and in here we see a couple of other things, which one of them is that the other 3 cat food can be found here at the left corner, as well as a crowbar and some other tools. And if we would turn around, you can definitely see a site of vandalism, because on the left side you can see a broken PC, as well as in the front of us a flower pot that has thrown over with the seeds on the ground. Then if we look behind us, we see something strange onto the wall. Once we are inspecting this, there is a sign telling us exhibition status. You can see that there are 5 red lights, there is a button saying open gallery button, and on the right we have a safe. Let's see if we can open that one. It is locked right now. So maybe we need to fix something in order to get all of the statuses on green, and then we can press this button to open the safe. And with that being done, let's take a look what is left on the left side door. Once we open this, we are coming out on the back side of the building. The first thing that we are noticing are some feathers on the ground, which if you like you can collect. Of course there are also some cute bunnies. And then here we have a small little dock. Now at this dock there are at least 2 things that you could grab. First of all, there are a couple of little boats down here because we are going to need to sail to different little islands. The next thing that you can find is of course a red key for a locker chest. I will bring you there in a minute. Now the first island that we are having in the front of us is called Brothers. So let's take a boat and see what is up with that in order to fix the issue. Once we have been sailing for hours to this little island, we see that there are 2 stone statues as well as a lot more feathers, and then all of a sudden it becomes clear that the feathers are coming off the ostrich. Now don't be afraid, this guy is not harming anyone. I wonder where she's going to though. Now like I was saying, this is a puzzle mystery island and we are going to need to use our brains in order to solve some puzzles. Now in this case it is not too difficult to see what is going on. Basically we have to repair the right statue and make it look as the left statue. Now of course the left statue has also something missing, and that is the right foot. Now the way how we can fix this is by picking up all of these blocks right down here. You can just hold your right mouse button to pick up a whole bunch. And then we can just take them and place them down where they're supposed to be. Just like that, and just like that. Now when do we know once this puzzle is solved? Well, here on the left side there is a red light and it says the brothers. This red light's supposed to be green, so there is one more thing we should be doing, and I think they would like to hold each other's hands. There we go, we have solved our first puzzle, these guys are happy, and when we take a look back at the building, we can now see we have 1 green out of the 5 red. The next puzzle that we are going to take a look at is the one right over there, and this little island is called Australian House. Now let's take a little look why it is called Australian House. On the first sight, nothing really is wrong any other than the door that is being placed up against the ceiling. And once again we have a little red light. So let's take a look on how we're going to need to solve this puzzle. And because it's an Australian house, the joke here is everything is of course upside down. Or is it? Well, after looking at a little while, we can actually see that there are a couple of paintings that are not upside down. Which the first one is here onto the left. So let's rotate this around. The second one is here in the middle. Let's rotate that one around. And then the third one is all the way on top, but we can reach it by jumping, but the game says we cannot do that right now. Now in this case we could take the same example as right down here at the first painting, and that is by building some blocks. Luckily in this corner we already have some bamboo sticks. Maybe this will help us out. Let's stand on it and almost. Well, in this case I'm glad I got a demolish hammer and I got a new plant, so let me just try something again. I'm just gonna grab the same guy, and this time I'm going to be a little bit more smart and place it a little bit higher, which in this case I can now rotate it around. The red lamp is now green, as well as it's shown onto this wall. We got 3 more to go, and then we can finally press on the button to reveal the mystery. In this case we are going to go to the little island with something pink on there, and or I'm going to turn my boat around and take care that once I want to leave this little island, I'm facing into the direction of the little island over there. This little island is called Sleeping Giant Head, and on here you can find a couple of crabs wandering about, as well as a lot of seashells. Once again we have a little red light. And by the look of it, it's a statue that has bubbles coming out of his mouth. Once we take a closer look at this statue, it is actually saying Small Eastern Island statue, remove the eye. And when we want to press on our right button, it is telling me the one red ball doesn't seem to belong here. I need some tool to get it out. And I'm also hungry apparently. So let's take a little look around this statue. There aren't any tools. I guess I have seen a red crowbar inside of the red gallery building. Maybe we should try that one. Now of course there is a reason why I have faced my boat this way, because along the way to the gallery I would like to have a quick stop at this tiny little island in the middle. And that is of course for a reason. Once we are getting close you might be able to see something red on the island. Upon closer inspection, it is a sea wooden chest, and once we're trying to open it, it is locked. Now I remember that I found a red rusty key, and you know, Hannes, I should have dropped off all the others onto my ship, but let's try this one. Yep, that definitely works. Let's see what is inside. You can find a lot of nice basic goodies, and once you're a beginner, this is absolutely fantastic. Now in this case, let's return back to the gallery building and grab the crowbar. Now once we hop onto the dock, I just noticed there are a couple of chests down here. Let's see if there are some goodies inside. Very good, let's grab those goodies. And some food. I definitely could use some more bread because I was already running out. Alright, let's try the crowbar and remove the eye, I guess. There we go. Let's remove one eye. Let's take a look at... Yep, it turned green. I'm not really sure why we need to remove the eye, but maybe we're going to need it later on. And also down here we got another green light. We got 2 more to go, and then we can finally reveal the secret. Now the next island around the corner is called Planetarium. I wonder why that is. And once we arrive on this island, I had to think of the last one, which we found some goodies on the, well, dock I wanted to say. But let's explore before going into what seems like a cave. So looking through the dangerous raptor grass, all of a sudden I see a chest right down here, and in here there are some more goodies to be found. As well as a message that is saying, error, 2 planets missing. Well, I got very curious right now, so let's take a little look inside of the cave. And then all of a sudden it starts to make sense. There are some planets floating into the sky, but 2 are missing. And, well, looking around, I don't see any planets that could have fallen down. But wait a minute. We might have something down here which is called a red ball. I wonder if this one would fit in. Place it right down here. And now it's saying Mars is active. Well, so if you take long enough, you might see what kind of other planet there is missing. In this case, you know, we might need to find it somewhere else. And I recommend to start at the beginning. So let's take a little look indoors to see what we all can find in here, and something that might look a little bit round. Nope, it is not a rocket. Aha, could it be? It's the globe. So it seems like planet Earth was missing from the planetarium. And once we arrive and add our planet Earth to the collection, it is now complete, saying all planets are present. And of course we got a green light here, as well as over here. Man, creating content is a lot of work, and of course you don't need to haul butt all the way back to see if that light is green too. Of course I'm cheating with the prop pack. And the last island that we are sailing to is called Forever Turning Garden. And once we arrive, I don't see any goodies onto the dock. Well, maybe we can find something on this island. The first thing that we do see is some glass boxes with some plants inside of it, a couple of power cords, and of course the red lamp. Now let's take a little exploration to see if there are any goodies to be found, any other than a lot of carrots, a lot of bunnies. You know, this is also a good place to harvest some of the stuff that you could use early on. Now I do see a box down here, and in here there are wooden pieces. I wonder what we could do with that. There are a lot more down here and a lot more down here. Now in this case, this is a Hornet steam engine, which if we try to switch it, it is out of fuel. I wonder what we could do to fuel it up. There is no coal down here, there is no gasoline, but of course, stop being silly. We got wooden pieces, so let's fuel it up. Let's throw a couple of these guys in there. Yep, we're gonna throw all of the 220 plus in there. That'll take a little while. Okay, that is enough. Please, some thumbs up and comments for all of the work that I'm doing here. So let's switch it on and see what happens. Wow, isn't that just beautiful? Alright, and well, I guess that was the last thing that we had to do for this whole mystery island. And we can finally figure out, you know, what is in the gallery building once we press on the button. Ooh, and now I'm thinking of it. I believe in my old account I could have used some berries, which are now found on this island, which normally you have to go to the arid region for that, so people who start new can find some berries down here. Oh man, I'm so excited to see what is going to happen when I press on this button. Congratulations, you have solved this mystery island. You have gained 10 exploration points. You now have a lot of these points. Now of course another thing you would get is 10 in-game coins, and since I already completed it, it doesn't show again. The last thing to do, well, let's check out in this shiny bank safe. Ooh-wee, those are some fine goodies for a starter Islander. Definitely I'm going to take all of that. It gives also a very special book and or a candy cane club. Now of course you can reset Mystery Islands at any time once you are not onto it, and then you can just replay the whole show and or grab once again all of the goodies that you have grabbed before. Now of course I would like to thank Hands of the Sly for keeping Ylands wiki up to date, because that is a very important thing for all of our Islanders in order to know what we should be knowing. Now of course if you find any errors or you have some good ideas, be sure to join the Island Discord and send a message to Hands of the Sly. Now I've enjoyed myself a lot on this one, and the next time we are going to go to a mystery island that is called Distance Memory, and this one is dangerous, and you will find out next time what I mean about that. Alright, time to hit up the engine. We're gonna go a little bit faster than that. There we go. Now we are sailing. Well, basically not, but you get what I mean with that.